The year is 2012. LEGO is quietly producing a secretive custom minifigure for a handful of elite customers. Knowledge of this figure was so limited that for over a decade, nobody outside the company even knew this figure existed. Then, in June 2025, the news finally surfaced. Collectors of minifigures were shocked to find out this one existed, and that only 20 were believed to have been produced. That's rarer than most Comic-Con figures, and for more than 13 years, only one had ever been found. Until now. My name is Ryan Sevel, and today I'm uncovering the full story behind this holy grail of collectible minifigures, and talking to the two men who helped make LEGO history.
My name is Michael Perry, been a sculptor for 35 years?
36 years.
36 years, yeah. Joined Games Workshop after school, and then we started our own company between us, making historical miniatures.
I'm Alan Perry, twins, and is exactly the same as what he did.
What figure do you guys have that is LEGO history?
Well,
We could show you.
do you want to see it? See them, actually, not just one.
Absolutely, would love to. Those are two Peter Jackson minifigures that were only presumed to be one of 20 made. How did you guys get these figures?
We were in New Zealand. We're friends of Peter Jackson from about 2002.
Yeah.
So in about 2012, we're on the Hobbit set, and the franchisees for LEGO and a few other companies came over, and there's a bit of a meal which we went along to, and we got talking to the two LEGO representatives. One was definitely a designer, senior designer. One might have been senior management. They had this bag of Peter Jackson's to give to Peter Jackson. Nobody was allowed on set during filming. We said, well, if you like, we can take it in to Peter. And they said, that would be absolutely brilliant. And for doing that, they gave us one each. And we took them into Peter and on set. And he was very surprised.
Were you guys aware at the time just how potentially valuable the figures in that bag would have been for fans of Lord of the Rings, fans of The Hobbit, and fans of LEGO?
I think we had an inkling.
Yeah, we didn't. We knew people who collected LEGO, but we didn't know how rare these were going to be. And we don't really collect LEGO ourselves, so it wasn't really...
hadn't played on our minds, anyway.
No.
For the last 12 years.
So it's just been sitting on shelves, kind of looking at us while we sculpt.
So the Peter Jackson minifigure remained a company secret for about 10 years, and it took a LEGO designer to finally give us our first glimpse. On June 23rd, 2025, former LEGO designer Marcos Besa posted on Instagram a picture of the Peter Jackson figure, mentioning he was having a hard time finding any information about it online. Once he contacted his old co-workers at LEGO, he was able to verify the figure's existence and its authenticity. Then, the very next day, it was up for auction on Instagram. The starting bid was $15,000, and eventually, after a long bidding war, the figure sold to historian and collector rarest_LEGO_ minifigures for $38,028. He posted a picture of it online next to other rare figures like George Lucas and the Han Shot First minifigure. So why do you think these figures took more than a decade for information to come out about them? Usually with a rare figure, there's a big press release by LEGO. They often will have pictures of them giving to Peter, or of the crew holding them, a successful partnership.
I would have thought that would have happened already, but perhaps it was because Peter only got this bag and they didn't produce any others.
And when we handed Peter the bag, obviously he was quite busy filming as well. There's other things he had to do. So the bag might be put to one side. We don't know. They're supposed to be given out to the cast and crew.
He might have it at his house on the shelf.
So there's a small chance that the person that bought the figure has the one copy, you have two copies, and Peter Jackson has just 17 copies in his garage somewhere, or in his collection somewhere.
We assumed he was going to hand them out to the crew, or the start of the actors or crew. But we don't know really what happened after that. We didn't ask him about it the next day. So
no, I mean, we
don't know.
It's fairly sort of not insignificant, but we just didn't really even think about it afterwards, say for the next 12 years.
Now, how'd you guys become friends with Peter Jackson?
Games Workshop had the license to produce miniatures for a game for
Lord of the Rings.
One of the people involved in it, which we we've known for years is John Howe, who's the art director on it. And he kept saying, "Oh, you must come over, and I'm sure we'll get you on set if you want." Well, Peter came over, didn't he?
He came over to Paris for the premiere in Paris
for the first one, as John Howe was giving a speech in French to everybody. With me and Alan and Peter were standing at the back having a very whispered conversation about tanks.
When I first started talking to the Perry brothers, I had no idea how known they were. These are guys that have their own Wikipedia page for their career and achievements. Still, I wanted to verify their figures were the real deal. A few days ago, Alan sent me photos of this Peter Jackson minifigure to confirm it was real, and we now have our best possible look at Peter Jackson as a LEGO minifigure. Not only do we have high quality images of his face print, his torso, and the back of his torso, but also, for the first time ever, the alternate face on this Peter Jackson figure. He has one face with glasses and one face without glasses. And looking over these photos, the designers at LEGO did put in quite a bit of effort in making what essentially was a gift minifigure. Not only are the details on the jacket and shirt quite nice, the one ring print is clean, and to have the words The Hobbit printed on the back of the torso and still be legible that small is quite a feat. The face print is also incredibly detailed with a two-tone beard and mustache combo, a very soft but genuine smile, glasses, and a face print that looks very close to Peter Jackson himself. That's frankly a level of detail that is a bit absurd for this kind of figure. Think back to the George Lucas prototype, where truly only one piece, that being the head, was a new design. The torso is pre-existing and the hairpiece already existed, and even though there are no listed sets or figures that have it in light bluish gray, you can still buy the piece on Bricklink for about $15. But for Peter Jackson, it seems the LEGO designers really wanted to impress the director. So, as model makers for that long, were you impressed by the design of the Peter Jackson minifigure?
Quite boxy, but I think
that is Lego.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's obviously I think cute little Lego figure. Yeah,
I think with the hair and the face, they've captured him like that, and with reversible head, he's got glasses or not. Yeah, it does look like him.
Now, how'd you guys feel when you saw the news sort of drip feed out about this figure and the rarity of it and the sale? What was your first thought of, wait a minute, we have two just on our shelves for the past decade or so?
Well, I knew where mine was, but somebody didn't know where theirs was.
Well, I knew it was on the shelf next to my desk, and Nina had to find it.
Your wife?
My wife. I said, I know it's around here somewhere, and she came over and had a look, found it. But that's always the way, isn't it?
I knew where mine was.
Now that the news has come out about this figure and sort of a price point has been initially set, now granted it's only been for one figure, as believed only one has been found, what's next for these two figures?
Well, we're quite up for selling them, really, because we're not into Lego, and we'll put them up for auction at some point.
Yeah, probably when the next when the Gollum film comes out.
That's not a horrible idea, though, to wait until the Hunt for Gollum, just to, hey, did you also know that there's a rare Peter Jackson figure we happen to have to throw up for auction? That's not a bad idea at all.
Well, I don't think we realised how much, well, obviously we didn't realise how much excitement this might cause. I don't know. The excitement with just the one. And then the revelation that there's actually more than that.
You could do the auction on your channel.
Well, so Michael and Alan Perry became part of LEGO history back in 2012. It just took 10 years for them to finally realize it. And I'm sure we can all agree we are thankful they were both able to find their copies of these rare figures, because as fans of LEGO, we went from believing only one ever existed and was located to now 3, and who knows where the other 17 just might be. I want to send a sincere thank you to Alan and Michael Perry of Perry Miniatures for speaking to me today and uncovering the history behind one of the rarest LEGO minifigures ever made. To see more of their model work, go to perryminiatures.com. Michael and Alan are absolute artists at the top of their game, and I'll be sure to keep in touch with them to find out when those figures go up for auction. I also want to send a big thank you to my channel members for supporting me, including new member Brandon Kim. And as always, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.